Hello everyone, thank you for clicking and I hope you can stay a while. The more I think about it, the more I realize I'm all about stories. How they're told, what they're about, what they suggest and mean, and to an extent the people who make them. I like seeing behind the veil and looking what it is that makes a story good. Or at least try to explain it to myself, and I enjoy breaking down the aspects of a narrative and try to explain it. As I continue looking for my shtick, I thought this would be a good place to start, because I've seen reviewers who single out aspects of a movie or talk about the movie as a whole, but I don't think I've come across anyone who does both at the same time. Probably because the video would get too freaking long, but I have nothing better to do. I don't know if this will be a regular thing I do, but if it isn't, I want to make sure this is the one I do, because otherwise this would be the one that I work up to. Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. I am fascinated with the Batman Beyond TV series at large, the stories, the characters, the returning talent of Kevin Conroy, but perhaps most fascinating is how it all came about. Warner Brothers realized at some point most of the people who watched the animated series Batman were teenagers. So when the show concluded, they told Bruce Timm, Paul Dini and Alan Burnett to come up with a sequel show, specifically to appeal to the teen demographic. When you hear those words, appeal to the teen demographic, a very specific sort of cynical pandering comes to mind. But fortunately, these three showrunners decided to honor the legacy of Batman by creating a sequel show that was worthy of being the sequel show, and they knew how to write for teens. After a weekend of brainstorming, they had a concept. An elderly Bruce Wayne takes on a new apprentice Batman because he himself gave it up decades ago, and in his absence the city of Gotham has gone to pot. Ravaged by the forces of industrialism and capitalism have the citizens become apathetic and cynical, and an unprecedented technological boom have made it fertile ground for bad people to attain power. The show's stories combines gothic tragedies of brilliant minds.
This can't be what you want. You'll only cause more pain, more suffering.
No. I end it. When this goes, I go too.
With the unnerving realities of being a teenager in an apathetic society.
I guess you and I both have our secrets. Except mine seems kind of pathetic right now.
And while I will admit it isn't as brilliant as Batman, I think it's a more than worthy successor, with great stories, great characters and a really awesome rogues gallery. It's fully capable of standing on its own. However, as much as I like it, Batman Beyond was for the longest time an appendix of DC Media. The reason it existed was to pander to teens in the hopes of making money, but more than that, it had no lore because it had no comics. What made Batman so special is how it took inspiration from 40 years of beloved comics to bring something every fan could recognize in every episode. Batman Beyond didn't have that strength. Also, replacing a legendary character is never easy, and for most of us the idea of Batman being anyone other than Bruce Wayne is laughable. Even more so when the alternative is a 17-year-old punk like Terry McGinnis. But even if most fans looked at Batman Beyond as being not really part of the Batman lore, the creators remained adamant it was more than just a cash grab. And to make this point, they decided to make this movie, and I am going to look at how they achieved it. To be clear, this is not a review of the movie, or at least not in the sense you're familiar with. This is more like a media studies project, analyzing how the story is told and how the pieces fit together.